Energy flows where energy goes. Lots of physical ailments these days can be attributed to known and also unknown stored trauma in the body. I think it's crazy to think now about how things that have occurred in our childhood can affect our body, fluidity, flexibility, and overall movement in adulthood if we are not careful and if we are not attentive to our healing needs. You can experience anything from back problems, neck problems, tenseness, stiffness, lack of flexibility, pelvic floor issues. Let's not even get into diseases and or internal bodily issues such as kidney stones, ulcers, prostate and cervical, heart, gut issues that manifest due to stored emotions and unhealed trauma. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Self love is currency. Welcome back to episode 23 of our Reveal to Heal or Heal to Reveal series, where the more that we reveal about ourselves, the more that we allow ourselves to heal. And the more that we heal ourselves, the more that we allow ourselves to reveal our most truest selves. The more that we heal, the more that we allow ourselves to reveal our most higher selves. If my voice sounds kind of nasally, I am healed in Jesus' name. But I am getting over a sinus cold. I know it's been a minute since the last episode, but with every fiber in my being, this series will be wrapped up here shortly. Because, like I said, this is episode 23. We are maxing out at episode 25, but I want to make sure I hit y'all with some heat as we wrap up for the end of something great. But the title of this episode is Self Healing Through Movement. Now, this particular subject matter, and let me just pause real quick. So, all of my returning subscribers, my day ones, my OGs, thank you all so very much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you. Happy holidays. If you're new to this channel, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe to this channel before the year is out, because all I'm going to say is 2026. It's a whole new portal, baby. So you might as well get on board, get strapped in, and get prepared for the ride of a lifetime. But yes, let's jump right back into it. And I even forgot what I was about to say, but without further ado, self healing through movement. You heard it right. You can heal yourself, heal thyself through movement. You can heal childhood trauma through moving your body. Um, Although we experience painful things like abuse, heartbreak, abandonment, where emotions naturally come about, these uncomfortable emotions and reactions that manifest by way of unfortunate events need somewhere to go. If we are not actively trying to alchemize the pain that is stored in our physical bodies. So, and if you hear rattling in the background, I am flipping pages of my journal because this is a real time journal entry for myself. But if you think about something you've experienced, the weight, the gravity, the intensity of all of it, that stays within you. That stays within your physical vessel, if not outwardly dealt with. Not only has the gym helped me curate the literal excuse me, body of my dreams, but it has also helped me move energy throughout my body that was stuck from my adolescent years, and even beyond that, I'll say from the time I was a baby, a toddler, up until this point. It's helped me literally heal stored emotions in my fascia. If you think of trauma from a spiritual, if I can say it right, if you think of trauma from a spiritual perspective, things can happen outside of our control, leading us to feel powerless and defeated. And then you operate in your body as such. You walk with your head down, you slouch, your posture is poor, just by you slouching over. And I've worked on my posture over the years as well. I would say within the last 6 years, I've been doing a lot of remote work. So that's a lot of sitting. I will get up to stretch here and there, but sometimes I'll notice myself slouching over and I'll just puff my chest out because we don't do slouching um, anymore because it screams, you know, and I won't say screams, but it gives low self esteem, low self worth, lack of confidence. So if you feel yourself slouching over, just correct yourself. They even have different tools and machines and apparatuses that you could use on the day-to-day basis to correct your posture. I believe I came across some of them on Amazon. So this is something as simple as posture because, and I don't know every single detail spiritually of the significance of the spine, but the spine is a very integral part of the human body. So if you are slouched over, you can feel it all over. And you can even practice right now as you're sitting. If you slouch over, you just automatically just feel blah. You don't feel as enthused to take on the world. However, if you pop your chest open, you sit up straight or stand up straight, walk with your head held high, that gives you aura. That gives you a different je ne sais quoi that literally automatically boosts your energy and your magnetism, just how you are positioned as a body. Um, but by slouching, you physically embody what is spiritually happening. Sometimes we lack emotional bandwidth to confront our traumas. So that's where we can leverage physical movement and initiate self healing to bridge the gaps between our spiritual, emotional, and physical bodies because they are all connected, believe it or not. Whatever you are going through on an emotional level will manifest physically. So, shit, we can use me for example. I'm going through a sinus cold. My birthday is on the 24th. Holidays in general can be a stressful time for me because it just remind me of my past in general and things that I've been through. However, I've always been a good sport, and I haven't let circumstances over consume me too much, I'll say. And then I want to say earlier this month I was also unexpectedly let go from my 9 to 5. So, as you could imagine, I've been a little stressed. And I use that term loosely. I found myself worrying here and there. So just by way of my emotions being a little bit all over the place, because I rarely get sick. Um, and I also kind of took a break from yoga, which is another method of moving those negative emotions out of the body. So a cold manifested. And it's also a time for me to check in with myself, really ask myself, yo, what do you need? What can I do for you? How can I be of service? Because a lot of times we are running to be of service to other people. That's why I try not to beat myself up by taking breaks either from social media, Instagram, or even this YouTube channel because you are not an effective leader if you are not leading your life. You are not of service really, if you are not servicing yourself first. Who would I be if I'm just trying to give advice or impart words of wisdom when I'm not even implementing the stuff that I'm talking about? If I'm not practicing what I'm preaching, that's hypocrisy. But anywho, at any rate, committing to some form of movement, whether it be walking, stretching, yoga, Pilates, strength training, insert whatever, rollerblading, whatever you deem to be physical activity, whatever gets your heart rate up, whatever you do to move actively. But it gives you the opportunity to be present and aware of what you're doing physically while in your body. For those of us who have experienced childhood sexual abuse, this is very important because you can be prone to dissociation, which is um, a normal trait of having experienced that form of trauma. It's highly common and also a survival contact and coping mechanism that can be useful at the time while enduring trauma as a kid. However, can lead to body, brain, and spirit disconnection in adulthood. A lot of us have struggled with feeling safe in our bodies due to trauma, thus, no real healthy relationship with uh, physical movement of our bodies is cultivated. And we aren't necessarily eager to go to the gym or make changes because there's no physical safety within our vessel. But for me, this is just my take on it. Movement has been my opportunity to reclaim my body. It has been my opportunity to stake my claim to regain full agency over what my body does, what my body is capable, what my body allows. It says, I own this experience. I am taking back my power by giving my body what is needed to healthily exist and sustain my spirit. So that's how I also think of it. Like our body is our temple that houses our spirit. So we want to make sure that we feel comfortable in our house. Like right now, I'm looking at a couple loads of clothes that I need to do. I need to do my Sunday reset to make sure my house is clean so that I can operate appropriately for the week. That's how it is for our body. We have to make sure that our body is at a sufficient or satisfactory level in order to get done what we need to get done. But physical activity is saying that I am allowing myself to rewrite the narrative of what it means to exist in this meat suit by giving myself healthy, healing memories of physical activity. By moving your body, you are creating a new muscle memory. If you are still tuned into this message, thank you all so very much for your continued support. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that like button and go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more content as such, and also to catch the next episode of our Reveal to Heal or Heal to Reveal series. So that will be episode 24. Again, this series will cap out at 25. I will see y'all on the next one, and happy holidays. Peace.